I'm reading from chapter 21 of Madame Guyon's little book, written in French, of course, a short and easy method of prayer. But I'm reading from Experiencing God Through Prayer, a very, very sweet little translation of her book. Donna C. Arthur is editor. It's a beautiful little book. You can find it on Amazon. It's an older book. It's easy to, very reasonably priced. Chapter 21 says the ultimate goal. We have traveled together through many pages on our journey toward experiencing God through prayer. What then is our ultimate end? It is to be united with God in divine union forever. Is that absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Now listen to this. How then does God purify? He sends his own wisdom before him as fire to destroy all impure activity. Nothing can resist the power of that fire. It consumes everything. In order to destroy all impurities of the creature, God sends this wisdom to prepare you for divine union. I would like to comment on this very briefly. You see, Madame Guyon says that God sends his divine wisdom. You could think of it as light. It's a very good analogy because light gives life to the plant. Light gives brightness and warmth to the plant, and the plant absorbs the light and lives and prospers and makes wonderful fruit and flowers, you see? But that same light can also burn and destroy and consume, doesn't it? So it depends on the recipient. So therefore, remember, was it John who said that the world was condemned because they didn't love the light? God sent Jesus and his light into the world, and the world loved not the light. Do you understand? Those people who love the light, who love truth, who love innocence, who love the sweetness of children, who love to hear the truth spoken without guile, those people love truth. And what it means is that ultimately they love God. And so the light to them brings life and joy and everything else good. But many people don't love the light. But we're not all the same. We all look the same on the outside. We all wear shoes and clothes, and we carry around our iPhone, and we go to Starbucks, and we listen to music, and we talk, and we all seem pretty much the same, but underneath we're not all the same. Some people are inclined toward truth, and some don't. Some love the truth, and some don't love it. Some hate it. I know it's hard for you to believe, but it could be someone in your own family. You would never suspect that either they have no interest in truth because it interferes with their plans and their schemes. See, they want to be truth. How many of you know people who love to talk and impress other people? They want to be the truth. And the real truth, well, they don't like it because it outshines them, you see. But some of those people can be saved. Some of them are temporarily prideful because we've all been there, haven't we? We've all wanted to talk and have people be impressed by what we said. Some of them can be saved. Eventually they come around to the truth, but some can't. Some hate the truth. Now, the light. See, absorbing the light is what you must do. But how do you absorb the light? You have to become still. See, God lives in stillness. He's outside of time. God is outside of time. He's in a dimension that is parallel to this one. And from that dimension, he created the material creation that we see around us. But God lives in stillness. And so you must become still. In other words, your soul must become still. so that you can receive from God. And that's the purpose of the meditation. That's what Madame Guyon was talking about. She said experiencing God through prayer. But I know what she meant. She got it. If she was here today, she would say, yeah, Roland, your meditation is good. It's helpful. She might use it. But she was talking to people from what? Over 300 years ago. And so she had to talk about prayer. If she had said meditation and like that, they wouldn't have gotten it. It says, in order to be united to God, you must participate in his infinite stillness, or you will prevent assimilation. The light that God sends, like he sends light to the plants. We talked about that. The light that he sends to people, well, yes, it does. It warms your being. But it also brings realizations, insights, discoveries, a quiet knowing, a wordless knowing. It brings understanding, see? And the soul that loves truth delights in those, delights in the realizations that it gets from the light, see? So if you live in the light, then the things that you get that are good for you will come from the light. Then you can use things on the outside. See, like me, I realize some things about psychology, or about physics, or about theology. The realizations come from inside. See, from the light in which I walk, or in which I sit still when I meditate. But then on the outside, I can learn some terms, some math. I can learn some calculus and some physics and some psychological jargon. And then I use those terms and those concepts. See, then they are collated so that I can then express the things that I realized from within. Are you with me? But the realization is the most important thing. So now, what I was going to say is that the ambition, the weakness that was found out. So things are always tempting you, aren't they? Even your own thoughts, if they are your own thoughts. Whatever they are, they're tempting you. They're always tempting you to step away from realization, from a quiet knowing, from waiting upon God, tempting you to have some kind of knowledge to impress people with, or tempting you to try something on your own. I'm continuing to read from Madame Guyon. She was talking about how fire burns and purifies. She said, God purifies your spirit through wisdom, as refiners do metals in the furnace. Gold cannot be purified except by fire, which consumes all that is earthy and foreign. You see, when you are ambitious, or when you're tempted to be ambitious, let's put it that way. Maybe you don't want to be ambitious. A lot of us don't. But we're tempted. We're tempted to become angry. That's ambition. It's a judgment, isn't it? We're tempted to judge. Can you see how that's ambition? We're tempted to take umbrage, or we're tempted to go for something, or to earn, or to get something that we didn't earn. Tempted to lap up a praise that we don't really deserve. See? Tempted. But when you do, even when you're tempted by something to want something that you shouldn't really have, something that costs too much, something you don't really need, and then you start thinking about it. Can you see that when you start thinking about it, when you remember it, it proves that there was a moment of temptation when it got inside. A memory was formed. Can you see? And so therefore, your motive has not always been pure. May not even be totally pure now. See, you wanted something from the world. You wanted something from people. You resented the world when you didn't get what you wanted. You had goals that other people gave you and things you didn't want to give up, and judgments against other people and things you made too important. Are you with me? So all of those have formed millions upon millions of little memories, little changes in your flesh, you see? Your mental structure in your flesh. Those must be purified. And how are they purified? By the light. It's magic. It's the way if you have a dirty towel and you hang it out on the line in the sunshine, within a short amount of time, it's fresh and clean. That's what the light does. Some of them are just purified and burned away, just like that. Others, you have to see. You see your mistake. You see what you did wrong. You see where you made an error. You see where you were ambitious, or where you were angry, or where you were impatient. So you see it. Now you see what's wrong with it. Before you didn't see what was wrong with being angry, or resenting someone, or being impatient with your kids. You didn't see what was wrong with it, did you? A lot of times. Now you see it. You see it. You see the error. You have a change of heart about it, and then God dissolves it. Just the way the gold is made pure by fire in the furnace. Madame Guyon, beautiful, beautiful little book. Experiencing God Through Prayer by Madame Guyon.